Alright guys, well, we didn't get the rocking chair done, the rollover rocker or whatever we call it. We didn't get it done. We're finishing it up right now. We're going to show you guys. We're going to flip this thing up on its side. Thanks for coming by and watching. Check it out. Alright, good morning. So the other day Tommy had gone through and he has this all tacked up, these brackets right here. He has them all tacked up, ready to roll. I'm going to burn those things in so that we don't end up with any problems of this thing coming apart. And we'll get ready to finish up the front section and we're going to roll this car over. Tommy, will you come here please? Such a great big dynamo foot right there. You can hold that for buzz in here. Two spots, two spots. Ready? That's what we got. Ooh, that hurt. All right, well, we've been doing some stuff without you guys. Sorry. So we're on the front now. This is how we're gonna mount. We have our rocker. This is the original bolt that goes through the subframe up into the body. So we're gonna buzz this girl in here. We're just gonna tack it for now, and then we'll get ready to do our second one. Then we'll take it off. We'll burn everything in like it's supposed to be. All right, we're gonna start burning this girl in. Did you bird mouth it? Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that's hot there. Yeah, let's get a little here, I got it. Let's get a little buzz around it. All right, so we are all ready to try and give this girl a twist. But before we do that, I want Tomas to tell you guys how we secured it so that it won't damage anything.
Well, first off, kind of building out in nowhere land, so you just kind of start getting some arbitrary measurements. But anyway, we started with making this footer here because this bar was already here. So there was that. And it actually worked out quite well because this is the center of the body. And that corresponds with the center of the brace in the back. And we just pretty much did this mimicked over here. The same thing. That's really hot. Where I'd touch it if I was more of a man. Anyway, and it's triangulated in the back, so this girl doesn't need to be triangulated in the front. It'd be extra work, you know.
So let's go check out the back. So basically we have a similar type situation here. We have this brace here. It's at an angle. It's bolted through. We'll show you here in a minute. We got another one over here. So here in the back, that's where the bumper bolts in, and it's tied down into the unibody structure, so it's real strong there. We have the same basic thing here on the back. And then he was talking about the unistrut. We have this strut that goes and attaches to the body so that we are triangulated and it won't fold over on itself. So this is 100% the first time we've ever tried to roll it. You're gonna see it right now. Will the thing roll or is it gonna crumble? All right, Tommy. You on the back, me on the front. We're just gonna see if this thing will twist.
Hey, thanks for coming back, visiting the Odd Rod Garage. We're sure glad you guys spent time with us. You know, sometimes you stumble onto a honey hole that's just absolutely incredible. My wife and I are up visiting my parents. We came across a little yard. I've seen it before, but I'm walking through it this morning. They don't know I am, so shh, keep quiet. Anyway, stuff that this guy has is incredible. Now, they claim most of it's not for sale, but boy, I'm sure going to try. Check this stuff out. Split window Volkswagen bus, insane. Probably 63, 65, 66 because of the blinker. But let me walk you through this thing. All right, so I'm just going to show you some of the highlights. There's parts all over the place. I won't go through all that, but straight axle Toyota 4-wheel drive pickup truck. Toyota guys go crazy for the straight axle trucks, and those are both straight axles and actually look to be very buildable. These things, they're 4 doors, they're Coronas, Toyota Coronas, probably 69s, 68, 67, 69, something like that. Really cool cars. Have a little bit of rust in them, some dents and dings, but between the two of them you could so easily make one really good one. Now I think they're different years, because if you look at the bumper on that one compared to the bumper on that one, they're definitely different years. But I would bet doors would interchange if you wanted to go with the older of the two, which I would bet is that one. Hold on, can you hear that? Hold on. You hear that? That's elk. This place is full of elk. Anyway, this is a pretty cool little car. Toyota Corona. And we got trailers, hoods, parts and pieces. So this is a 55 Chevy LCF, low cab forward. So it has a really cool front clip to it, a real snub nose front clip. I'll show you that here in a minute, it's sitting in another part of the yard. But this cat has this sitting on a 24 valve Cummins Dodge chassis. It looks like it, I think it's 2-wheel drive. Anyway, he has a plan for that. Hopefully he gets that done someday. Alright, you tractor guys, you know what this is. I think this is a Ford 9N. They have a 2N, a 9N, and an 8N. I'm pretty sure this is a 9N. One of the ways you can tell the difference between a 9N and an 8N, an 8N came later, is the shift pattern. So you got first, second, third, reverse. That might actually be a 2N. But anyway, a 2N and a 9N, they have a 3-speed transmission, and an 8N has a 4-speed transmission. I have an 8N at home that I bought for my brother, or traded. I'm pretty sure that this is either a 2N or a 9N. Cool little tractor. It'd be cool to make a hot rod out of that whole grill and everything. Those rims are awesome. It'd be cool. So, you're gonna find it hard to believe, but we got ourselves another Toyota straight axle seat down there, 4-wheel drive. This has a little flatbed put on the back of it. And the cat that has this place, he just collects up these Toyotas. He's a Toyota fiend, I guess. Anyway, they just have this sort of as a wood truck, you know. Go out into the woods. This is way up in the mountains. wood truck. Pretty cool. They don't know I'm out here this morning, but they do know who I am. Hard to believe. Another straight axle Toyota 4-wheel drive. You Toyota guys would love this place, full of Toyotas. And I think this is Sidewinder Lake. I think they call it a Johnny Popper. That's a funky John Deere tractor. Really cool. Great big flywheel there on the side. And this thing, it's like a hit and miss engine. It goes pop, pop, so it only hits on a power stroke every 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 revolutions, whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure on all this stuff, but really cool tractor. Anyway, let's see some more stuff. Implements all over the place. You know, all this stuff is hard to find, but worth money. Everything's worth money here. You know, an old quad, an old lawnmower. I'm going to show you an old lawnmower up here that is so stinking cool. Hold on. This is a really cool little baby lawnmower. I mean, look at the size of the engine. This is like a little 5-horse in comparison to the size of the tractor. I don't know if you guys can tell it or not. It's only about 4 feet long. It is tiny. Look at how big the seat is in comparison to the rear tires. It's a little Continental. At least I think it's a Continental. Anyway, super awesome. Anyway, got some parts and pieces. This is like 47 to 53 Chevy. And then we have 55 to 59 Chevy cab. But we have an awesome 68 Camaro. It looks like an SS to me, but it might have just been faked, who knows. And like zero rust, completely buildable, maybe even drivable right now, who knows. Got a little bit of paint pop on the top. Let's see if it's open. Ooh, it is. Oh my goodness, look at how decent that thing is. Needs to be cleaned up. Automatic 68 Camaro. I hope they didn't hear that. And here's the craziest thing. One of the craziest things. 57 GMC. That's the GMC hood, and that's 57 ribs. Maybe 58, but 57. But it's a big window cab. And somebody started chopping it. They were chopping a big window. Crazy. Very hard cab to find. That would be really, really cool. It looks like he's got doors and everything to it. Looks like it's a complete truck. All he needs to have is some cameo bed sides, and that thing would be super awesome. Let's see what else we got. So we got beds. Real nice little step side there for that bedside will run all the way up through 66. Look at that tail light on there. So that is like 64.56. See the little tail light spot there on the fender. That's a desirable bed. Here's the front clip off from the car I was telling you about, the truck, the LCF Viking. All right, here's another insane thing we got going on. Looks to me like they're just using this as a parts car, or they're going to do a cart out of it. You may not be able to tell what that is, but that is like a, about a 84 to 94 Corvette. I'm sure they're going to pull the suspension out of it and use that. There's a Porsche transaxle. We got ourselves another bed over here and some parts and pieces. Like I say, it goes from 55 on up through at least 66, maybe longer than that. Check out this little Cushman scooter. Pretty funky. Wouldn't that be awesome with an LS and a transaxle in the back? I know. I think up stupid things. Now check this out. There you go. The roof is caved in. That's easy enough to fix. But man, is this thing in nice shape. Volkswagen bus. Ooh, that was a sunlight shot. Another VW bus. Very, very, very doable. I'm told that this one runs. He said, I want to kick the roof out and just drive the thing around. I would do it in a heartbeat. So cool. Let's see if it has seats in it. A lot of times people pull the middle seats out of these things to haul stuff and then never put them back in. Well, it's full of stuff. But I don't see any back seats. Who knows? Oh boy, it is a decent bus. Yeah, we got another bed here. Here we have, looks to me to be 67 bed on a later model chassis. Maybe a, yeah, it looks like an OBS chassis on it. Looks to me like they were putting together a pretty cool short bed project on this. Somehow got stalled. Sometimes those things happen. Got a couple square bodies out here. And square body Suburban. I'd imagine they're just using it for parts. That's probably what it is. Got yourself a parts truck here. I'm saving something for you. I'll show you here just in a second. Sorry for the video being so jumpy, but I'm just walking around holding it. It's a combination of me walking and me being an old man. Pretty decent four-wheel drive parts truck, I'd say. Alright, we got more 67 to 72 parts here. Entire front clip, hood, doors. Actually 60. Yeah. That's 68 or 69 to 72 because of the hood. And another parts truck here, Toyota. That's had a few better days. That one's two-wheel drive. And then once more 55 to 59. Let me get a little better look up front. Alright, so 55 to 57. Looks like a pretty solid builder though. Not full of cancer. These usually lose the cab corners. As you can see, those are pretty decent. Got a little bit starting right there. That would be a very, very, very buildable truck. And another square body parts truck. That looks like it could probably go to the crush. Alright, in one of his little garages over here, he has supposedly a 67 Camaro that's completely built, needs paint. And supposedly he has a 67 Porsche 911. And he started working on it. He's in prime. Some of it's been painted. Anyway, I'm going to go see if we can roll up the door without them knowing. And I'll see if we can see a super awesome project. Check it out. And another part of the yard here is a Funk 6-cylinder conversion on a Ford 9N. So you see the engine. Take a look at it close. I'll try and zoom in. I'm hanging over a fence, so I can't get to it real well. But this conversion on this thing has a 6-cylinder flathead instead of a 4-cylinder flathead. So if you look right there by the steering wheel, there's that aluminum extension. so that the front end is long enough. Anyway, they had Funk, F-U-N-K, Funk 6-cylinder and Funk 8-cylinder conversions that they used to do in the 40s and 50s, I guess. This is a 6-cylinder one. In the tractor world, that's a very valuable commodity right there. And then we have sitting over here, looks like just another 8-in or 9-in, maybe 2-in, I don't know. Anyway, let's try and get into that shed. All right, let's see if this works. Wow. There it sets. Boy, there's a lot more here than meets the eye. 67 Porsche 911. We got ourselves a Volkswagen engine sitting there for some project, maybe one of the buses out there. Man, this thing looks really decent. And there's the things that he's already started painting. There's a project right there, 2 doors. And then we have, that's an LS project, aluminum block Camaro engine with a 4L60, independent rear suspension. I don't know if you can see that. It's Corvette. And look, I think he was telling me that he's going to put a 55 Chevy truck on that. Okay, then we have a pretty cool little Honda. I don't know what it is, maybe 110 or something. Looks like a little project. The lighting's poor, but this is just a barn out in the middle of nowhere. 67 Camaro. You can't see very well, but there is no light here. And look at this. Let me get some light off my phone. Hold on. Alright, this lighting is going to help a little bit, but it's still going to be dark. 67 RS SS. And what is an RSSS? That's the SS hood right there with the grills on top. And this is the RS package. It has the hideaway headlights. 67. And I didn't even know this was in here. Check this out. So that looks like to be a 31 Model A truck. And they've taken the rear section of maybe a sedan and made a wide bed. Number one, whoever designed that's incredible. And number two, whoever put it together is doing also an incredible job. I'll try and get up front and see if we can see something else on it. That's the dash they're working on. That's all the front end. Looks to me like independent front suspension. Yeah. Looks sort of like Mustang 2 style, but it's not. That looks like it was built in their own machine shop or something. Anyway, no engine in it right now, but pretty cool. Hey, this is just a little bit of a barn find, yard find, honey hole. None of these projects are for sale. We came across it, tried to negotiate some deals. It's not happening. He knows what he has. But man, he's just got a pile of good stuff here. Apparently he has even more than that somewhere else, but we're not going there. So I'm not going to tell you where it is, but if you do know where this is, don't even bug them. They're not going to do it. But they got some really super cool cars. Anyway, so we appreciate you coming out and checking out what we're doing. A little bit of fun today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share the link, leave a comment. Just have a little bit of fun with it.
Let's see. Let's go to the next one. That was a little harder. There's what we want. I'd say that works. You can get right underneath there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build a little kickstand so that this won't try and flip down on us. We don't want that. And here in a minute we're probably going to go a little further, but not at the moment. We're going to evaluate the mess that someone else has made for us down here and see what we can do on it. The rollover rocker, 68 Camaro, laying on its side. All right, we want to thank you guys for coming out and checking out what we do. We flipped this girl up on its side, no problem at all. You guys can do this too. Be careful about your welds. Make sure that you get good penetration. Make sure that your center of gravity is good so it doesn't go flipping over on the top. You literally can see that this girl just sits there on its own. We will make some little kickstand parts for it just to make sure, but it's been sitting here all day long like this with no problems at all. Anyway, the rollover rocker is done. We're going to start cutting into this and putting some subframe connectors in, repositioning the floor because they had someone put it in, they put it in wrong. But we'll fix that, Brandon. We appreciate you guys coming out and checking out what we do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave that thumbs up, leave a like. Make sure that you share the link, leave a comment. We're really excited you guys came by and spent time with us. And as always, thanks for watching.